Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to Dragon Age 2, where we are still doing side jobs in order to afford the expedition into the deep roads. We have to hit 50 gold sovereigns. We are at 31 gold sovereigns. We are 19, just short of 19 short. And we also have to find an entrance into the deep roads, because apparently the first entrance that Bartran found was a wash. Anything to do in the city there? You know, let's go do this guy's quest. I can save my game, do the quest, see how it affects my character's relationships, and if that turns out to be a problem, I can always reload an old save. I have the technology. But since we've already seen the cutscene before, basically he's very timid, he's nervous, he was not expecting to be a criminal. Except now he's a criminal, smuggling raw lyrium, to the Templars.
Are you the one that mercenary told me?
Did you think I...
Oh, no, my apologies.
What a bizarre...
The men who were supposed to deliver it decided...
And he tries to be vague about it at the beginning.
The goods are valuable, however.
But...
Your
Maker's breath.
My word. I'm not cut out for this. I should have taken...
I'll get it back for you.
Sure. Add it to the list of things I'm accessory to.
Oh, thank goodness. The gentlemen conduct their business at night in a little hovel within the alienage. If you have to kill them, then I guess it can't be avoided. But I'm sure they'll be reasonable.
Okay, so Aveline doesn't like that, as I was expecting. But maybe we can fix that. Either way, there's no romance with Aveline, so... It's not like we have to really worry that much. Oh. We're getting interrupted on our way there.
There you are. I don't let anyone who crossed me get this big in this town. Honor, lads.
Mirren? Well. I was not expecting this out of you. Let's summon the dog. Stun them. Backstab you. And then get rid of you. Oh, the dog. Good job, dog. Oh no, dog, you're almost dead. Back up. You came a little bit late. Your employer is dead. That's something you don't see in any sort of video game, is that... I take it back. I don't like using universal terms to describe any sort of argument. That's something you likely very rarely see, is like the idea of like you defeat the leader and then everybody else scatters because they realize like what a terrible position they're in. Like even in the Arkham series, where like right now I'm playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla in my own time, and as long as you remain stealth while you're fighting bad guys, as long as bad guys don't notice you or the dead bodies, they will just go about their business. And that's not necessarily just true for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, that's also true for most Assassin's Creed games. As long as they don't notice the bodies, they will never do anything about it. And that's, I think, one of the most interesting things about the Arkham games, is that if you start silently picking off a group of people, they will react to the situation. Also, since Mirren fought me, does that mean that the guy I protected still lives? Potentially. But yeah, like the entire idea of, like, let's say you defeat... Oh. Like, I defeated Mirren. Like, whatever happens, none of these people are going to get paid now. There's no paycheck in it anymore, but they still are fighting. Although that's also the cliche of, like, you fight bad guys inside a burning building, and they're still, for some reason, fighting you. Like in Uncharted 2. Or is it Uncharted 3? It might be Uncharted 3. There's, like, a section where you and Sully are making your way through a burning building. The building collapsing around you, and the enemy's goons are still trying to fight you. Nobody's trying to get out. They're just doing the enemy thing, because it's a video game. But I think it would be interesting, like the idea of the enigma of Kirkwall, if there was actually more varied AI enemy behavior like that. Like, if they did actually, like, oh shit, this is too much for me. I've got to flee. Oh my gosh, so much reading material. Alright, I guess I'll start with the enigma of Kirkwall. The Enigma of Kirkwall. In the back alleys of Lowtown, you can find extraordinary things. Priceless tomes of knowledge can be bought with a handful of gold. The Chant of Archon Lovius, a whole chapter of the Midnight Compendium. Some of these books were thought lost forever, and these are no forgeries. I verified their authenticity myself. The fences have no inkling what they're selling has value. Where did these books come from? After several failed attempts, I got my answer underneath the city. There is a hive of hidden passages in Kirkwall's sewers. Now and then a lucky sewer rat comes across an unlooted chamber, and then a cache of ancient Tevinter relics spreads through the black market. We must search below the city. So, is that essentially basically saying that the Imperium has several layers of itself built on top of itself, to the point in which its treasures are within its sub-layers? Kind of like with the dwarves, where they have their lost, taigs. Kirkwall, the elven alienage. Lowtown is home to a squalid elven alienage. Here, like in most Thedas alienages, elves are packed into tiny rundown apartments and effectively segregated from the human population. Kirkwall's alienage is even more dilapidated than the rest of Lowtown, but the elves go to great lengths keeping the place looking bright and festive. The Venedal, Tree of the People, standing in the middle of the alienage, is a symbol for the elven pride and shared cultural identity, and it is lovingly cared for. It is difficult to say if the elves would continue confining themselves to the alienage if they were given the chance to mingle. They may not admit it, but some feel that living among their kind is far better than living with humans, no matter how terrible alienage life may be. So is that a truth because of, like, kindred spirits? Their upbringing also forced onto them because of the alienage. Basically, the author in that specific lore piece is like, but do these poor people like being poor? No, they like being amongst people that are familiar to them, and that is different. Nobody likes being poor. Oh, a trap. But there's also something to not to live in a sort of comfort. And also, it's not like they have much of a choice. Oh, hello. How are you? Is there anybody who can do a thing? What does that do? What about you? Can you throw a fireball? Are you? You are all throwing a fireball. Excellent. I was going to say that was all too easy, but... And you... Still, all too easy.
Waste of bloody time. Who put us up to this?
Okay, so there's no lyrium for us to steal. What were they hoping to accomplish?
That's not the elf. Who is that?
It doesn't matter. We were told to kill whoever enters the house.
Oh, great. Why, hello, Tevinter Hunter. I was not expecting this quest to become so complicated. But here we are. Let's see, anybody relatively low on health? Yes, you. But even then, like, there's also the entire idea of, like, you getting slashed down to 1%, but you're still functioning at 100%. Because, once again, it is a video game. Not every video game can be like Bushido Blade, where your character can become significantly injured and it affects your ability to fight. Oh my. And you can still keep playing the game.
Seems to be unhealthy.
Okay, who are these people? Who were they expecting? Did he hire somebody else to do this job too?
I don't know who you are, friend, but you made a serious mistake coming here. Lieutenant, I want everyone in the clearing, now! Captain!
Your men are dead, and your trap has failed. I suggest running back to your master while you can.
You're going
Oh, my main character. Oh my.
I am not a slave. I apologize. When I asked Anso to provide a distraction for the hunters, I had no idea they'd be so numerous.
I take it these men were looking for you.
Correct. My name is Fenris.
Fenris,
These men were
that's who you
bounty
are.
Hunters seeking to recover a Magister's lost property, namely myself. They were trying to lure me into the open. Crude as their methods were, I could not face them alone. Thankfully, Anso chose wisely.
Everything Anso said was a lie, then?
Not everything. Your employer was simply not who you believed.
If you couldn't fight them, why not just run?
There comes a time when you must stop running, when you turn and face the tiger.
When you turn and face the tiger? That's a little much, sir. Why didn't you just tell me the job that you wanted? To defend an elf from Tevinter Hunters. I would have still done that.
That seems like a lot of effort to find one slave.
It is.
Does this have something to do with those markings?
Yes. I imagine I must look strange to you. I did not receive these markings by choice. Even so, they have served me well. Without them, I would still be a slave.
Anso's job did seem a little too easy.
Perhaps the deception was unnecessary.
It
If
was.
so, I'm sorry.
Will I be able to get Aveline's
Customs
liking
hiding.
back?
If I may ask, what was in the chest? The one they kept in the house?
Nothing.
It was empty.
I suppose it was too much to hope for. Even so, I had to know.
You were expecting something else?
I was, but I shouldn't have. It was
Ah,
bait,
the whole...
nothing more.
The quest is titled Bait and Switch.
All that for an empty chest?
No, there's more. It's as I thought. My former master accompanied them to the city.
How did you
have
discover
questions,
this?
but
By
I must
searching his
confront him
pockets.
Before he flees. I will need your help.
It sounds like you intend to do more than just talk.
Denarius wants to strip the flesh from my bones, and has sent so many hunters that I've lost count. And before that, he kept me on a leash like a Kunari mage, a personal pet to mock Kunari custom. So, yes, I intend to do more than just talk.
Looks like it's going to be a long night.
I will find a way to repay you. I swear it. The Magister is staying at a mansion in Hightown. Meet me there as soon as you can. We must enter before morning.
Ah, thank you. Very kind of you, game. For restoring my lost favoritism. Alright. I have to enter before morning, so I suppose... Suppose I might as well just go do that now. As my next activity. Once again, being promised some sort of payment, but I doubt he has too much coin. And you can be defeated. How are you still alive? This area has a lot of kind of like corners and staircases for like enemies to just kind of perch themselves and be just a little bit out of harm. Also, how much time is spent on just cleaning up the dead bodies in this city? Because, see, I'm not talking about how many goons are in every battle this time. There's a rule against that. I'm merely discussing the realities of the cleanup crew, who have to deal with adventurers like me fighting mercenary gangs in the streets and leaving behind dozens of bodies after just one single battle. Like, somebody's got to clean that up. Because otherwise, this city is going to have really big problems. This is how Dishonored happens. Hightown by night.
These streets should be safe at night. Care to help out with that?
They should be pretty safe at night, or they used to be pretty safe at night? Or are you saying they should be safe at night under the presumption that they aren't safe at night, and you're saying that they shouldn't? It's a problem that needs to be fixed. That's probably what you're saying. Oh, hello. Guardsmen Pretenders. Alright. Is that their way of basically... I almost feel like that's the way for the developers to cut costs in regards to creating content. Like, they don't have to make another new enemy if they just reuse the regular guardsmen, and you're just fighting a fake. Oh yeah, let's knock you out. Let's go after you. Because I don't remember exactly how long this game took to make. I know Dragon Age 3 took a while, but Dragon Age 3 had some issues due to the fact that they were making it with the Frostbite engine, and the Frostbite engine wasn't necessarily designed for open world third-person RPG. And they were just basically spending most of their development time trying to force a square peg into a round hole. I want to say this game was either 2 or 3 years,
I've heard nothing within. Daenerys
which is
may
pretty
know we're
fast
here.
for a
I wouldn't
big
put it past
game.
him.
Like a Call of Duty game takes 3 years of development time. Who is this man?
I could stand to know a little more about this Daenerys.
He is a magister of the Tevinter Imperium.
Oh, is that all? Nothing to worry about then.
There, he is a wealthy mage with great influence. Here, he is but a man who sweats like any other when death comes for him.
Well, thanks. Nothing like a prepared mage?
What's the worst that could happen?
I do not fear death. That does not mean we should be reckless.
Alright, who are we going to take with us? Ah, you're a warrior. Do we need 2 warriors? Yes.
I am not afraid of you, Daenerys.
Don't be reckless. Immediately call out your enemy as you walk into the building. Fenris. I don't think you understand the meaning of the word.
I don't like the looks of this.
It's just a door. Ooh, a trap.
That should do it.
Oh my, hello. Looks like Daenerys is trying to throw some shade on us. Any tougher ones? Okay, yep, they're all tougher ones. Let's stun you guys. And then let's backstab you. Yeah, I suppose he wasn't really going to be worried about my rolling skills.
Let's finish this, John.
He sends spirits to do his fighting for him.
Daenerys, can you hear me?
Daenerys.
Your pets cannot
Not to
stop
be
us.
confused with Daenerys, the character from Game of Thrones. Alright, let's go this way. Because that is a fake door. It's just painted on. Bonus points if you know the reference. Nope, that door is locked.
Watch your step. All set.
Alright. And then you are all weaker shades. Tough one over there. Weaker, weaker. Alright. And then is that one a tougher? Yeah. And then backstab you. Oh my, a rage demon. Ah, son of a... She hasn't had to heal anybody yet, so I'll just heal myself. You can leave this fight, stand kind of over there, and then you can you taunt? There we go. There was a successful taunt. Oh my gosh. Hello. Ah. Alright, that gets rid of the rage demon. But there's still more. Not much more. These are the weaker ones. They showed up at the end of the battle and they're like, we're gonna be the ones to defeat Hawk. It's gonna be us. Oh. How wrong they were. Alright. Alright, looks like a lot of fake doors. Can we... Let's see. This looks like plot. Okay, that door is locked. So we probably have to find the key first. Hello, sir. You seem to have been stabbed.
I don't think I can do that.
Oh, hold on. 4 ability points. He's got a two-handed, so we're gonna have to do taunt. Yeah, sure, why not? And let's say a two-handed skill. Passive skill, not quite as interesting. But I'm still gonna take it. Excellent. So apparently you can gain bonuses to lockpicking with your, with your items. Because otherwise it does not seem like, maybe like lockpicking is affected by like your attributes. Like cunning, yeah, here we go. Cunning also determines rogues' aptitude for picking locks, with difficulty thresholds every 10 points. Alright, so once never mind, I guess that's how lockpicking works. I need to hit 20 points in order to properly deal with standard locks, but because I have the ring, I'm able to deal with those. Yep, let's get rid of you real quick, like. Yeah, I feel as though with the size of the game's groups, it does not necessarily behoove you to save your abilities, because to save your like big hit for later, because all of these enemies are going to be replaced very shortly. So the odds that you'll actually be able to use a special attack and then have it recharge against another group of enemies in the same fight. Which I suppose one of the things that comes from that is, like, imagine if you're fighting, like, 4 really tough guys, and it takes a longer time to fight those 4 really tough guys, versus saying 20 guys, but 4 of them are tough, and then 16 of them are not so tough. Like, at the very least, it makes it feel as though the battle is progressing. Even if enemies drop more coin. Fenris, you're not wearing any equipment? Ah, the ring. Fenris, you have no rings. I'm sure we'll be able to find him one once I get back to Gamlen's place. And another rage demon. Ah, I was smart this time. I did not immediately use my flask to stun him right away. You can taunt. Yeah, that doesn't really do anything, the rolling attack against these specific enemies. Yeah, and Fenris is probably not the greatest character to be doing any taunting, but once he gets some decent armor, that'll help. And maybe only for emergency situations. Such as that one. No, wire. Stop looting. Ah, the key. It feels like I have made absolutely no progress towards my monetary funds. I'm still sitting at 31 gold. Alright, let us get the Magister. Or actually... Here, have some more attack. Battle Axe? Have some more attack that way.
That should do it.
Oh, hello. An arcane horror. Alright. I did not realize so many people were appearing right behind me. Okay, let's stun everybody who showed up. Bethany, you can heal yours truly. Nope, I guess that's actually fine. Nope. You're going after my healer. I cannot have that.
Gone. I'd hoped... No, it doesn't matter any longer. I assume Daenerys left valuables behind. Take them if you wish. I need some air.
All right. I hope some of your valuables that you left behind was 19 plus gold sovereigns. Let's take a look. All right, 1.8 gold. A cowl. 15 silver. All right. And I can't even pick up this loot. Alright, let's get out of here. Reunite with Fenris. See if he'll join the group. He will join the group.
It never ends. I escaped a land of dark magic, only to have it hunt me at every turn. It is a plague burned into my flesh and my soul. And now I find myself in the company of even more mages.
Well, just one.
Speak to me directly.
I saw you casting spells inside. I should have realized sooner what you really were. You harbor a viper in your midst.
She's also carrying a staff on her. A mage's staff?
That is in its nature.
My sister is stronger than you think. You tell him, sis.
I'm not blind. I know magic has its uses, and there are undoubtedly mages with good intentions. But even the best-intentioned mage can fall prey to temptation. And then their power is a curse to inflict upon others.
No one's stopping you from moving on, you know.
I imagine I appear ungrateful. If so, I apologize, for nothing could be further from the truth. I did not find Denarius, but I still owe you a debt. Here is all the coin I have, as Anso promised. Should you find yourself in
I don't
need of
think
assistance,
Anso promised all of your coin.
You said Denarius is a magister.
But I will take it anyway.
Else?
In Tevinter, the Magisters hold all the power. Over the Chantry, over the Imperial Court, over life itself. It is nothing for one to own a slave. Denarius had many, but none he valued so much as me.
Then how did you get away?
Is it not enough that I did? I carved my path to freedom in blood. I left that life behind, yet his bounty hunters follow me no matter where I go. I will run no longer.
Why is Denarius after you?
Your old master must want something more than just a runaway slave.
He doesn't want me at all, just the markings on my skin. They are lyrium, burned into my flesh to provide the power that Denarius required of his pet. And now, he wishes his precious investment returned. Even if
Which
he
is why he
for
wants
my
the
cause.
flesh ripped off of his bones.
I don't see that going very well for you.
Neither do I. The truth is, I know nothing of the ritual that placed these markings on me. It was Denarius's choice, one he now regrets.
What can you do, other than wield a big sword?
I've seen some of your abilities. Do they come from those markings?
Some. All I know is that even in the Imperium, warriors such as myself are rare. Perhaps they believe I should feel honored.
Do you think your master will keep chasing you?
He is too proud not to. Perhaps one day the hunt will cost him more than he is willing to pay. But I doubt that matters any longer.
Are you going to have a problem with my companions?
I will watch them carefully if we travel together. I can promise no more.
I'm planning an expedition I might need help with.
Fair enough. Should you ever have need of me, I will be here. If Denarius wishes his mansion back, he is free to return and claim it. Beyond that, I am at your disposal.
Oh, alright. A full house. Let's take Fenris for a little bit because I do... That's okay. We can live with that. I'd like to attach some stronger... What level is he, by the way? He's level 7. A specific item that I have... Where am I? I'm in Hightown. A specific item that I have in my storage that only he can wear. All right. Night is clear. What's going on? That's the Tranquility. Let's go to Lowtown. We're going to go to Gamlen's house. I'm still not entirely sure how ordering potions works.
Do you you ever miss Tevinter?
I was a slave.
So
It
no.
was your home, right? The only one you remember. Does it ever feel strange not to be there?
Sometimes. That does not mean I would go back.
If the only home one has is a cage, nobody's going to become nostalgic for the cage. Alright. We can also check to see if we've received any letters. I wonder if that's how you... Or if, like, potions just eventually appear in your inventory. Just like magic. No. Alright, what do I have for... For Fenris? I have this thing. I have that thing. And that's it. Okay. All right, we are going to go to the abandoned ruins. I forgot what this magistrate even wanted us to do in the abandoned ruins. Fenris. You can toss that on. You can toss that on. Fantastic. Also, this is a very small area. So, at the very least, I don't have to worry about exploring this section.
I hear you're in need of a bit of help.
Ah, so you're the reinforcements the magistrate promised. The man you're looking for, he's holed up in the ruins. Though I doubt he's still in one piece.
That bastard's to be brought in alive after all he's done? Just because it isn't you and your pretty little Shemlin children he's after.
Please, calm down and tell me what happened.
The man you're after, he targets elves. He dragged my daughter into those ruins and killed her! I want him dead! My girl, Leah, she wasn't his first victim. Over the years, he's taken dozens of our children, and not once has he paid for his crimes.
Would you mind telling me who you are?
My name is Elrin. I'm a merchant in the city. Please, no one else cares that our children are being slaughtered like beasts.
There must be some humans who would take offense to these disappearances.
We're nothing to them. Even if this murderer does finally go before the courts, the magistrate won't take our word over his.
Why only elves? Why not human children as well?
We're easy prey. No one thinks twice when an elven child disappears.
The man is a monster.
I'll tear his throat out myself.
Thank you, Sarah. You have no idea what this means.
You couldn't turn to the guards.
For all my damn coin, I'm still only an elf to these Shemlin. There'll be no justice for my girl in the courts of Kirkwall.
What do you say about all this?
Yes. What do you have to say?
They won't go in after him. They're stalling, trying to give the murdering bastard a chance to get away.
Oi now, elf. Like we said before, you're bleeding mad if you think we'll be going against the magistrate's orders.
This murderer cannot be allowed to walk free.
Then that bastard will finally get what he deserves. Thank you.
Not wise, stranger. You try to take justice into your own hands, the magistrate will have your head.
Only if it's reported.
Well, we'll be quiet then.
All right. So, small entrance. Labyrinthian dungeon. Is he... Okay, I was going to say, is he just by himself? Like, who is he going to be fighting alongside? And of course, giant spiders, who honestly look either like ticks or onion monsters. Because they don't necessarily... Like, this is this giant onion ball thing going on their backs. I can go either way. Let's go this way. And then... Interesting. Oh, hello. Giant spider! So many of you. Ah! I said I wasn't going to. And I did. You know, I never really bothered coming up with repercussions for, like, if I break my own rules that I set for myself. Which I'm fine with. I can just break my rules all the time. And get away with it. I won't stop me. What was a movie in which somebody did a... There was a movie where somebody had like a self-appointed rule. And the bad guy was like, oh, you broke your own rule that you set for yourself, so that's why I tried to kill you. That movie was The Transporter. Overall, it's not... The Transporter isn't a bad movie. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a good movie. But it's not bad. It's watchable. But the rule that he sets for himself is he never looks at the cargo. And that time he looked at the cargo. But he still delivered the cargo to the destination. And when the villain's like, hey, you looked at the cargo. Like, the villain never said not to look at the cargo. It was a self-appointed role. A self-appointed rule for him, for his job. I'm disappointed that I fell into that trap. So, there was no reason... for the bad guy to try to kill the hero character for doing something that did not affect the bad guy at all. But maybe I'm expecting a little bit much from the Transporter, which is still a fun action flick. Did I ever watch The Transporter 2? No. And I definitely was not interested in The Transporter 3 or The Transporter TV show. That movie just kind of like became so successful it just blew up. Oh, hello. Are we fighting skeletons now? It's a good thing that this killer is being defended by an army of skeletons. Like, this is such an old school RPG thing. Once again, going down memory lane. Back in the day, I used to play the Elder Scrolls Daggerfall. I never understood the Elder Scrolls Daggerfall, but I played it. I don't think I ever really figured out how the main campaign worked. I just did side missions, Fighters Guild missions, dungeons, until I got tired of it and stopped. Oh, hello. Let's deal with this arcane horror. Let's knock you guys out. Okay, I have to heal. What is... Fenris, you need to heal. Alright, you can heal at least. Can you heal now, Fenris? Yes. Ah. Arcane Horror, where did he go? Ah. Let's stun you. There we go. Interrupting my Daggerfall story with gameplay. Can't even believe this game. But anyway, like, Daggerfall's Fighter Guild would be all like, hey, there's a rogue tiger. There's a tiger that needs to be dealt with. Oh, there's my elf fruit potions that I ordered. And it reduces your injuries? Alright. So anyway, tiger. There's a tiger, wandered into a dungeon, go to that dungeon and kill it. And you go to the dungeon, and Daggerfall's dungeons were elaborate, huge, monstrous. Other adjectives to describe the size of it. And you'd fight skeletons and goblins and orcs and spiders and thieves and other tigers. And it would go on for hours. And then you'd finally find that one tiger and like, oh, that was the problem.
Please, can you get me out of here? I just want to go home. Leah? Your father told us you were dead. My father? Is he safe? Kelder said that he'd hurt my family if I didn't come with him. Who is Kelder? The man who took me. How did you escape your dastardly kidnapper? Kick to the groin? Sand in the eyes? Rock to the head? Kelder? No, he let me go. I tried to make it to the entrance, but I hid when those creatures showed up. I thought I heard him calling for me. I almost went back to him. I didn't want to be eaten. But Kelder, he hit me, told me I was nothing. I begged him to stop hurting me. I didn't think he would, but out of nowhere, he pushed me away and just started crying. Don't you see? He didn't mean to hurt me. He told me. There are...
Is this him trying to convince me not to kill him?
I'll have to remember to use that. A demon made me do it. But it's true. How else could he do something like this?
She is a child and does not understand. Her pity is admirable, but misplaced.
Kelder is dangerous, Leah. If he fights back, I can't promise he won't get hurt. He won't fight you, I promise. Run to the entrance. You'll find your father there.
Things have grown slightly more complicated. Ah, damn it, Aveline. Never mind, these are all weak. Although they're definitely taking a little bit of a while to die. These corpses... Ah, there's Kelder.
I knew my father would eventually send someone. I was hoping the beasts down here would get to me first.
You wanted those creatures to kill you. Why?
It's what I deserve. I should be torn apart, forgotten down here, not protected by my father.
From the magistrate's vague description, I expected a hardened criminal, not a whining coward.
Are you trying to encourage him to become a hardened criminal?
Didn't tell you, did he? The magistrate is my father. He's tried so hard to keep me, and what I've done, hidden away.
Not hard enough, so it seems.
The magistrate's more worried about keeping his job than doing his job.
Yeah, no. That is probably one of the most
He tried to help, to stop me.
relatable quotes in this entire game.
That elf girl, she had no right to be so beautiful, so perfect. The demons said she needed to be taught a lesson, like all the others. The circle was supposed to help me, but they lied. They said there were no demons, that I was mad. This isn't my fault.
Let me get this straight. You torture and murder elven children for being too beautiful.
I didn't want to hurt them. They forced me. The demons don't like it when they cry.
Leah said you told her to run. Why?
I was crying, and she asked me if I was all right. After everything the demons made me do to her, she was concerned about me. How could I let them destroy something?
So he did kill Leah.
Pure?
I'm not getting paid enough for this.
I can't stop. I've tried so many times. Please, you have to kill me. There's no other way.
He sees the truth of it. Allow me to grant his wish, if you will not.
Any last words before he kills you, Kelder?
Tell my father. I'm sorry.
All right. I feel like not going into the battle is one of the most role-playing choices I've made. Like, I feel like any other game, you would do the thing that results in gameplay so you could play the game. But I feel like having Fenris do it is more of a interesting story decision. It makes for a better story beat.
You saved her. My little girl. I didn't dare hope. Did you find that monster? Is he dead?
He won't harm Leah or anyone else. Ever again.
I didn't believe an elf could ever get justice in Kirkwall. I speak for all of us when I say that we are in your debt, Sirrah.
I feel just as bad for those knife ears as the next man. But ignoring the magistrate's direct orders, that's madness.
Yeah, I'll deal with it. I think I'm going to stop here for the night. Got any suggestions for someone to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and have yourselves a good night.